Winning the lottery should be the best thing that ever happens to you. But for a shocking number of people, it becomes the worst, and almost always for the same reasons. The money didn't destroy them, the mistakes did. These are 13 things you should never do when you win the lottery, each one backed by a real winner who learned it the hard way. Stay until number 1, because it's the single mistake behind nearly every lottery story that ends in disaster. Number 13, don't tell everyone you know. The instant you win, the urge to share it is overwhelming. Your family, your best friend, your coworkers. But every person who knows becomes a door that can never be closed again. Suddenly, relatives you've never met need help. Friends expect loans, and people you trusted start treating you differently. The winners who kept their peace told almost no one in those first days and never widened the circle. You can always tell people later, on your terms. You can never untell them. And telling the people you know is one thing. The next mistake tells the whole world. Number 12, don't post it on social media. Not a photo, not a hint, not a vague, life is about to change. The moment your win is online, strangers and scammers can find you, your family, your routine, and your address within hours. Winners have been flooded with thousands of messages and requests almost overnight, simply because the news got out. Your silence is your shield. The fortune is real, whether or not anyone likes the post, so keep it offline, keep it private, and don't hand the world a map to your door. Number 11. Don't make any major decision on the very first day. The first day is pure adrenaline, and adrenaline is a terrible financial advisor. No contracts, no promises, no big choices while your hands are still shaking. The winners who lasted slept on everything. Brad Duke, who won $220 million, spent his first days simply researching what happened to other winners before he moved a single dollar. There is no decision so urgent it can't wait until you've calmed down and gotten advice. Rushing is how people sign things they can never take back. Number 10, don't quit your job and uproot your life overnight. It's tempting to march in, quit on the spot, and change everything by the weekend. But sudden, dramatic change is exactly what draws attention and destroys the stability you'll need. The winners who lasted kept their routines for a while. Some even kept working and let the dust settle before making big moves. There's no prize for blowing up your entire life in the first week. The smart ones changed slowly. The ones who flipped everything overnight usually regretted it. Number 9, don't go on a spending spree. This is the classic killer. David Lee Edwards won $27 million, and within a few short years, he had spent it all. A mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, even a private jet, and ended up with nothing, living out his final days in poverty. $27 million gone because the spending started before the plan did. A fortune feels infinite in the first week. It isn't. The winners who kept their money treated those early purchases as the most dangerous moment of all and held back. Number 8, don't try to be everyone's savior. Once people know, the requests never stop. The struggling cousin, the old friend with a sure thing, the stranger with a heartbreaking story. And here's the trap. If you say yes to everyone who asks, there will be nothing left, no matter how much you won. You'll also never know who truly cares about you. The winners who survived set firm limits early and routed every request through an advisor, so the money and the friendships couldn't be drained one yes at a time. Generosity is beautiful. Having no boundaries is fatal. Number 7, don't keep gambling, believing the luck will continue. Winning once convinces some people they simply can't lose. Evelyn Adams actually won the New Jersey lottery not once, but twice, walking away with more than $5 million. Then she gambled it away and gave it away, chasing the high of winning until she ended up living in a trailer with almost nothing. Lightning struck her twice, and she still lost it all because she treated a miracle like a strategy. The win is the finish line, not a sign to keep rolling the dice. Number 6, don't pour it into guaranteed investments people pitch you. The moment you're rich, the pitches begin. The can't miss business, the friend's startup, the advisor promising enormous returns with no risk. Winners have lost millions chasing guaranteed wins that quietly fell apart. Here's the rule: if it's both guaranteed and urgent, it's a red flag. Park your money somewhere safe and boring first. The genuinely good opportunities will still be there in a year, after you've built a team that can tell the real ones from the traps. Number 5, don't ignore the tax man or take the money with no plan. That giant advertised jackpot is not what lands in your account. Choose the lump sum and it's roughly cut in half, and then taxes take a huge bite on top of that. Winners who didn't plan for this have been blindsided, owing fortunes they'd already started spending. A $200 million headline can become $70 million in reality. That's still life-changing, but only if you knew the real number before you started making promises with money you didn't actually have yet. Number 4, don't isolate yourself and lose your sense of purpose. This is the quiet one nobody warns you about. Money can slowly cut you off. You stop working. You drift from old friends. You lose the daily structure that kept you whole. A surprising number of winners describe feeling lost, anxious, even depressed, once the excitement faded and the purpose was gone. The happiest winners stayed connected to the people who knew them before and kept a reason to get up in the morning. Don't let a windfall quietly take your community and your meaning along with your old problems. Number 3, don't hand one person total control of your money. You will need professionals, but trusting blindly is its own disaster. There was a famous attorney known as the lottery lawyer who advised some of the biggest winners in the country and was later charged in a scheme that defrauded those winners out of tens of millions of dollars. The lesson isn't to avoid experts. It's to never give any single person unchecked control. Check references, use more than one advisor, and set it up so no one can move your money without your written approval. The right team protects you, the wrong one robs you. Number 2, don't trust the wrong people who suddenly appear. When you come into a fortune, people change, and some of them are dangerous. Abraham Shakespeare won $17 million, and a person who befriended him slowly took control of his money and his life, and it ultimately cost him everything, including his life. It's a devastating story and an extreme one, but the warning underneath it is real for every winner. The people who appear right after you win are not always who they seem. Keep your circle tiny, verify everyone, and never let a charming stranger near your finances. Suddenly, being rich makes you a target. Protect yourself accordingly. Number 1, don't claim it loudly and publicly as yourself. This is the root mistake behind nearly every lottery disaster. Jack Whittaker won $315 million and did the opposite of everything on this list. He claimed it publicly, celebrated openly, and let the whole world know exactly who he was and what he had. What followed was years of being robbed, sued hundreds of times, surrounded by people who only wanted his money, and a string of personal tragedies. He later said he wished he'd torn the ticket up. Compare that to the winners who claimed quietly through a trust or a company and simply disappeared back into their lives, safe, private, and at peace. Whenever it's allowed, the smartest move is to stay anonymous. Publicity is the one mistake that makes every other danger worse. So those are the 13 things never to do, and notice the pattern. None of them are about the money itself. They're about ego, haste, and exposure. The winners who lost everything told the world, spent in a frenzy, trusted the wrong people, and let the win change who they were. The winners who kept it did the exact opposite. They stayed quiet, slowed down, built a real team, and protected both their fortune and their peace. So if your numbers ever do come up, remember this list, because avoiding these 13 mistakes matters far more than the size of the jackpot itself. Which of these do you think trips people up the most? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you believe your win is on its way, subscribe to the Jackpot Oracle and watch for the signs, because we believe the universe is already lining yours up. See you in the next one.